Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Peace and Wisdom. Do you sometimes feel lost in a long wait, wondering if your prayers have been heard? At times you wonder if the path you are taking will ever lead to the light. But know this, Allah never forgets His servants. Every season of waiting has an end, and often the signs that that end is approaching are right in front of us, but invisible to our weary eyes. Today let's discover together the 10 signs that Allah tells you. Your waiting period is almost over. These signs are reminders of His wisdom, His promise, and His love for you. So open your heart and let the evidence of His mercy guide you in your life. 1. A feeling of serenity despite the wait. There are moments in life when, despite prolonged trials, a strange serenity settles in your heart. This feeling, difficult to explain, is much more than simple appeasement. It is a form of divine guidance, a subtle sign that Allah is preparing you for a blessing beyond your imagination. This inner peace is not a coincidence. It is the result of deep and sincere faith, proof that you have placed your trust in the One who controls everything. You may have prayed tirelessly, cried in solitude, pleaded in frustration, but in the midst of it all, your heart remained attached to one truth. Allah's promise never fails. Allah invites you not to despair, even in the darkest times. And do not despair of the mercy of Allah. Surah Az-Zumar, 39:53. These words resonate as a powerful reminder, assuring you that there is always a light at the end of the tunnel, even if it is still out of reach. The serenity you experience is a divine gift, a calming energy that keeps you going. It is not the absence of difficulties, but a strength that helps you continue despite them. It is a sign that your patience is not in vain, that your perseverance is noticed. Allah sees your efforts, hears your prayers, and knows the tears you shed in solitude. When this feeling of tranquility inhabits you, it is as if Allah is whispering to your soul, "Don't worry, I'm with you. Keep moving forward because your reward is near." This inner peace then becomes a beacon that guides your path, a silent proof that your ordeal is not a punishment but a preparation. So, if you feel this serenity, even in the heart of adversity, welcome it as a sign. It is proof that you are in the hands of Allah, that your trial has a purpose, and that your wait is not eternal. Patience, armed with serenity, is the key that opens the doors to future blessings. 2. Your prayers become deeper. There are moments when your prayers cease to be mere words recited. They become intense supplications, imbued with a sincerity so deep that they seem to rise from the depths of your soul. These prayers, charged with emotion, often reflect an urgent need, repressed pain, or burning hope. But what you may not realize is that this intensity is itself a sign. Allah dit, "Call on me, I will answer you." Surah Ghafir, 40:60. When your prayers take on this deeper dimension, it is a subtle indicator that your ordeal is nearing its end. It is as if your heart, connected to Allah, receives divine encouragement to persevere a little longer, because the answer is near. In these moments, your invocations transcend words. They become an intimate dialogue between you and your Creator. Every tear that falls, every sigh, every word spoken in the solitude of the night is proof that your faith is growing stronger. These are no longer simple requests, but bridges that you build to reach Allah's mercy. To feel this depth in your prayers is a spiritual privilege. It is as if Allah allows you to seek Him with renewed intensity in order to draw closer to Him. Each word becomes a sincere offering, each pause a moment of listening, as if your heart was waiting for a subtle response, immediate appeasement. And often these deep prayers are already answered before you even realize it. They shape your soul, purify your intention, and set the stage for your waiting to end. Allah answers these prayers in a way that only your heart can perceive. Sometimes it's an inexplicable calm, sometimes a renewed strength to continue, and sometimes a door that opens unexpectedly. If you feel this intensity in your supplications, know that it is a sign of transformation. It is not just you seeking Allah, but also a reminder that He is near, He is listening, and He is planning a better outcome than you could imagine. Let this depth guide you and bring you even closer to Him. 3. unexpected opportunities appear. There are times when, in the midst of your trials, unexpected opportunities arise, almost as if by magic. These moments are not the result of chance, but of blessings placed on your path by Allah. You didn't plan them, and maybe you didn't even want them, but they are there, like subtle answers to your prayers. Allah did. It may be that you hate something even though it is good for you. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:216. These words remind us that Allah's blessings often manifest themselves in ways we do not immediately understand. An opportunity may seem small, insignificant, or even inconvenient, but it could be the key that unlocks the answers you've been waiting for. These subtle openings can manifest in different forms: an unexpected call, a chance encounter, a job offer, or even a simple idea that crosses your mind. At first, they seem like coincidences, but when they align with your needs or aspirations, they become clear evidence of divine intervention. Let's take a moment to think. How many times have we ignored a small opportunity, thinking it had nothing to do with our prayers? Yet it is often in these moments that the blessings begin. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, opens doors that you didn't even know existed. He guides you subtly, moving you step by step towards your deliverance. When these opportunities appear, they require one thing from you: recognition. Be attentive, because Allah never stops responding to your supplications. Sometimes He does this in obvious ways, but other times He works in the shadows, testing your faith and your ability to discern His signs. These unexpected opportunities are also a form of testing. Will you grasp them with gratitude and confidence, or will you ignore them because they are not what you imagined? Faith is trusting in Allah's plan even when that plan seems far from your expectations. So be vigilant and open your heart to these blessings in disguise. They are proofs that your waiting period is coming to an end, doors that only faith can allow you to pass through. 4. Your trials become lighter. There are times when, despite the persistence of your trials, you begin to feel the weight lifting. It's a subtle feeling, almost imperceptible, but real. This release of pressure is not a simple coincidence. This is a sign that your Lord is preparing you to receive His favor. When Allah eases a trial, He does so with wisdom and mercy. You might still be in the same difficult situation, but your heart, your mind, or even your circumstances seem to be stabilizing. This relief is a direct reminder of the divine promise: with difficulty comes ease. Surat Ash-Shar 94:6. This verse does not just reassure. It educates the believer to see beyond immediate challenges. Every difficulty is accompanied by an ease, not afterwards, but simultaneously. This ease can manifest itself in many ways: a renewed sense of hope, renewed strength, or even a solution that suddenly seems more accessible. When your trials become lighter, it can also mean that Allah has strengthened you. It's not always the situation that changes, but your ability to manage it. You have grown in patience, matured in faith, and this inner transformation makes you capable of carrying burdens that once would have crushed you. Allah, in His infinite mercy, never tests a soul beyond its capabilities, but He expands those capabilities so that you may triumph. This moment when the pressure eases is also a period of transition. It prepares your soul to receive something greater. Imagine a farmer irrigating the land after a long drought. Before the fruits grow, the soil must be rehydrated. Your trials, lightened, are the sign that the ground of your life is ready for divine blessing. But remember, this relief isn't just a relief. It is a call to recognize the grace of Allah, even in the midst of trials. Look around you and think, what has become easier recently? How much weight has been reduced? These changes, although subtle, are divine winks, signs that your wait is almost over. Welcome this moment with gratitude and vigilance. The ease that accompanies difficulty is proof that even in trial, Allah is with you, guiding your heart and your path towards a horizon of mercy and peace. 5th, kind people come into your life. Sometimes in the darkest moments of waiting, Allah sends human beings as instruments of His mercy to lighten your burden. These people are not there by chance. They appear as living signs of divine compassion, ready to support you, encourage you, and guide you towards the light. It could be a friend who unknowingly said the words you needed, a mentor who offers advice, or even a stranger who reaches out at just the right time. Allah sometimes uses kind hearts to answer your prayers in unexpected ways. These individuals carry positive energy and divine help, often without them being aware of it. Their presence in your life is not a coincidence, but a clear sign that your season of waiting is about to end. Every gesture of kindness, every moral or practical support you receive is a reflection of the infinite mercy of Allah. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Allah helps his servant as long as he helps his brother." This hadith reminds us that kindness and mutual assistance between Muslims is not only a social act, but a way by which Allah manifests His mercy. When you receive help from those around you, it is as if Allah Himself is reaching out to you through them. These acts of kindness are ways in which Allah prepares you to receive His blessings, and often this outward support synchronizes with moments of inner transformation. This also means that the people who come into your life right now are not there to simply provide you with superficial solutions. They play a role in your spiritual development, whether to encourage you to keep the faith, remind you to be patient, or help you find direction. They are witnesses and instruments of divine mercy. Pay attention to how these individuals appear. Never underestimate the power of a kind word or compassionate gesture. Allah sometimes uses those around us to make us feel that He has not abandoned us. It shows you that your season of waiting is not in vain, because unexpected supports and compassionate souls accompany you on your path. Receive these relationships with gratitude, for they are visible signs of Allah's nearness and the imminent arrival of the favor He has in store for you. 6. You develop increased gratitude. There is a special moment in every trial where, instead of focusing only on the difficulty, you begin to feel deep gratitude, even for the small things. This may seem paradoxical. How can we be grateful when faced with adversity? Yet this feeling of gratitude is actually a powerful sign that your heart is preparing to welcome Allah's blessings. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, reminds us, "If you are grateful, I will certainly increase my blessings for you." Surah Ibrahim 14:7. This divine promise is a message of comfort. When you are able to recognize the blessings of Allah, even in the midst of trial, you attract an abundance of graces. Gratitude then becomes the mirror of your faith, an indicator that your heart is ready to receive greater blessings, because it has learned to appreciate even the small victories and simple moments. This gratitude is not just an intellectual response, but a spiritual transformation. This means that you have become aware of Allah's mercy in your life, even when it seems to be hidden behind pain. You begin to see divine signs in the small details: a comforting smile, a shared meal, the tranquility in your heart despite difficulties. This change in perspective is a sign that you are about to weather the storm. Gratitude also helps you disconnect from the mentality of lack. Rather than focusing on what you don't have, you realize what you already have. Every day becomes a day of gratitude, a celebration of the goodness of Allah in your life, even in the most trying times. You no longer focus only on the when and how of the blessings you expect, but you live fully in recognition of what you currently have. This also means that your ordeal is coming to an end. Allah is preparing you by elevating you, refining your heart so that you can fully appreciate the blessings He is about to shower on you. Gratitude becomes fertile ground for your prayers to manifest. So when you begin to view life with a grateful heart, even for the little things, it is a sign that you are ready to receive the great good that Allah has in store for you. This evolution of your heart toward gratitude is the key that unlocks the door to divine deliverance. 7. Sudden clarity in your decisions. There comes a time when, after a period of confusion and blockages, a sudden clarity invades your mind. What seemed unclear, uncertain, or even impossible to resolve suddenly becomes obvious. The answers to the questions that have been tormenting you manifest, and you feel guided effortlessly towards the right decisions. This phenomenon is not a mere coincidence, but rather a powerful sign that your season of waiting is coming to an end, and that Allah is opening a new chapter in your life. It is written in the Quran, "And whoever puts his trust in Allah, He is sufficient for him." Surah At-Talaq 65:3. This divine truth resonates deeply in the heart of the believer. When you have placed your trust in Allah, when you have surrendered your concerns into His hands, He grants you an inner clarity that allows you to see the path to follow. This is not just the end of a period of uncertainty, but the beginning of a new phase where every step you take will be illuminated by the light of Allah. Before this clarity, you may have faced lingering doubts, difficult decisions, or blocked paths. But when you put your faith and trust in Allah, all this began to dissipate. The confusion gave way to a gentle but firm certainty. You begin to see solutions where you only saw obstacles. Your heart is filled with deep tranquility, allowing you to move forward with confidence. This clarity is a divine gift. It is not limited to simple intellectual understanding, but touches the soul itself. Allah guides you in a subtle but powerful way, allowing you to make decisions with an inner peace that nothing disturbs. This means that you are now ready to make choices aligned with your destiny because your heart is purified and your intentions are sincere. As you feel this clarity manifesting in your decisions, know that this is a sign that your waiting period is coming to an end. Allah, in His great wisdom, has made a clear path for you, and every decision you make now is a step towards realizing His blessings. Stay confident and continue to trust in Allah, for this clarity is just the beginning of a series of divine blessings that await you. 8. You feel renewed strength. Sometimes, after months of struggle and uncertainty, you suddenly begin to feel a new energy, a surge of strength that you no longer believed was possible. It is not a simple boost of physical energy, but an inner strength, a spiritual power that allows you to move forward with renewed courage. This feeling of resilience is a clear sign that Allah is about to end your ordeal and that He is preparing you to welcome the blessings that await you. Allah reminds us in the Quran, Allah only imposes on a soul what it can bear. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:286. This divine truth is a fundamental pillar of faith. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, never gives you a test that you cannot overcome. Even in times when you felt on the verge of despair, He gave you the strength to get through every difficulty. Today, this inner strength is reborn within you, allowing you to move forward with renewed conviction. This renewed strength is not an accident. It is a direct sign that you have gone through the most difficult time, and that Allah has prepared you to receive His blessings with a new ability to manage and prosper. You are now ready to move forward, stronger, wiser, and more determined. The weights you were carrying suddenly seem lighter, and you are able to face what once seemed insurmountable. This strength comes from the heart. It is spiritual, but it manifests itself in every aspect of your life, whether it is your actions, your thoughts, or your interactions with others. You are filled with renewed trust in Allah, knowing that He has never left you alone in your struggles. This inner strength is an answer to your prayers, a reminder that your patience and perseverance have allowed you to grow and move closer to the destination Allah has prepared for you. So when you feel this new energy within you, remember that it is a sign that your ordeal is coming to an end. You are strengthened for the challenges ahead, and Allah guides you to the victory that awaits you. Stay firmly grounded in your faith, for this renewed strength is a testimony of divine mercy that sustains you every step of the way. 9. Signs of ease after difficulty. Just when all seems lost, a soft light begins to peek through the dark clouds. Complications that seemed insurmountable are slowly beginning to resolve. This is not a mere coincidence, but a divine sign of Allah's promise, which guides you through every trial. Far from making you lose hope, these small solutions that emerge little by little remind you of the mercy of Allah and prepare you for the great opening that is coming. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, teaches us in the Quran, truly after difficulty comes ease. Surat Ash-Shar 94 verse 5. This truth is a promise that never fails. After each trial, each period of suffering, Allah brings ease. What seemed like an insurmountable burden gradually turns into a clear path, and solutions begin to reveal themselves one by one, like pearls that appear once the sea is calm. These small openings, these gradual reliefs, are a direct sign that your waiting period is coming to an end. Where you saw impenetrable walls, you begin to see half-open doors, clear paths. These signs of ease that appear, although initially small, are in reality marks of Allah's generosity. They are the first steps to deliverance, preparing you to receive a greater, deeper blessing. You then realize that the difficulty, although trying, had a purpose, and that Allah, through His mercy, guided you through the process. These signs of ease can manifest themselves in small daily victories, a solution to a long-held problem, a strained relationship that begins to mend, or opportunities that present themselves where you no longer expected them. Each small victory is a testimony to God's promise, a confirmation that the end of your trial is near. So when you start seeing these signs of ease around you, don't ignore them. They are a direct testimony to the goodness of Allah which accompanies you at every moment. These small reliefs announce a great opening, a blessing that awaits you beyond the horizon. 10. A strong belief that your dua will be answered. There are special moments when, despite the uncertainties, you feel a deep, almost inexplicable conviction that your prayers will be answered. This feeling of certainty, which invades your heart, is not a simple expectation, but a divine revelation. Allah places this certainty in your soul to reassure you that your season of waiting is coming to an end, and that the answer to your supplications is about to arrive. The Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, taught us, call on Allah with the certainty that He will answer. This deep wisdom is an important key in our relationship with Allah. Certainty in the fulfillment of du'as is an essential part of faith. When you pray with confidence, when you show patience and perseverance in your supplications, Allah grants you inner serenity, a powerful feeling that your prayer will not go unanswered. This conviction is not a simple illusion of optimism, but a light that illuminates your heart, a direct sign that your request is heard by the one who has power over all. You no longer just pray with hope, but you pray with unwavering faith, knowing that Allah will answer you at His own time. When this feeling of certainty comes over you, it is a sign that your ordeal is coming to an end. You have waited, you have pleaded, and now you feel in every fiber of your being that your request will be granted. You no longer doubt, because Allah has given you the strength to see beyond uncertainty, and you know that His mercy is greater than all. So every moment of uncertainty becomes an opportunity to strengthen your faith. As you feel this conviction in your prayers, know that you are close to deliverance. Waiting is no longer a burden, but an opportunity to get even closer to Allah, knowing that your dua is coming true. Each of these signs is a reminder that Allah has never abandoned you. Your waiting period is not a waste of time, but divine preparation for something greater. Now that you know these signs, take a moment to think. Which ones do you recognize in your own life? Stay vigilant, because Allah often works in the most subtle details. Continue to pray with conviction, exercise patience, and renew your trust in Him. And above all, share this message with your loved ones. You could be the instrument Allah uses to give someone hope. Together, let's strengthen our faith and remember, after every difficulty comes ease. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon you all.